Their plan is to close all small and medium-sized businesses to create a situation where all middle-class employees are now lumped into universal basic income by default because there are not enough jobs. And the jobs that remain will be replaced by AI and technology and will be exclusively held by the biggest brands in the world. And then they want their big friends, at BlackRock and all the big brands, PepsiCo, the big conglomerates of the world, to own the entire world. American people are getting baited with the, oh, dude, you're not going to have to work. You're not going to have to do anything, and you're going to get paid. But what you don't realize is that the pay that you receive will not allow you to survive at any sort of standard of which you want or are accustomed to. That's what they want for you. And because people cannot pay attention and understand the bigger scale, they get caught up in these identity issues, or they get caught up in Trump's tweets, or they get caught up in, all these below the line arguments when the entire globe is being stolen from people who have built everything. What is up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to motherfucking reality, guys. Today we have Andy and DJ.
Cruise the motherfucking internet.
That's what we're going to do. That's what CTI stands for. It stands for Cruise the Internet. This is where we take topics of the day, we put them up on the screen, we talk about them, we speculate on what's true, we speculate on what's not true, and then we talk about how we, the people, need to solve the problems that are going on in society. Other times, when you tune in, you're going to have Q&AF. That's where you submit the questions and we give you the answers. Questions can be about anything. Typically, they're about personal development, business, entrepreneurship, how to kick ass in life. But you can ask whatever you want. You can submit those questions a few different ways. The first way is,
guys, you can email those questions in to askandy@andyfrisella.com.
Or you go on YouTube on the Q&AF episodes and you drop your question right there in the comments and we'll answer some from there as well. Other times we have Real Talk. Real Talk's just 5 to 20 minutes of me giving you some real talk. And then we have 75 Hard Verses. 75 Hard Verses is where people who have completed the 75 Hard program come on. They talk about the lessons they learned, how it changed their lives, how their lives were before and how they are now, and how you can make the changes that they've made utilizing the 75 Hard program. If you're unfamiliar with the 75 Hard program, it is the initial phase of the Live Hard program. The Live Hard program is the world's most popular mental toughness program ever in history, and it's free. Okay, it's free. Go to episode 208 on the audio feed, listen to the episode, and you'll get the program for free. If you'd like to know even more information about that, because I'm one of those people that likes to know everything before I jump into it, there's a book on my website, andyfrisella.com, called The Book on Mental Toughness. It outlines the entire Live Hard program, start to finish, plus 10 chapters on mental toughness, why you need it, how you can develop it, why it's important to your life, and then some case studies on people that you would recognize and how they've used mental toughness to succeed as well. So the book is not necessary. You don't have to buy it, but it is a good book, and we sell out of it all the time. So if you want that book, you can get it on my website. One thing you'll notice about the show, if this is your first time listening, I don't run ads on the show. You won't hear me talk about things that I don't use. I don't take money from people to say things. That's not what I do here. It's called Real AF. It's not called advertise shit I don't use AF. So I have this deal that I call the fee, and the deal is very simple. Since I pass on all the revenue that I could be making and filling your ears half the show with, I ask very simply that if we create value, and by the way, I fund this show on my own. Okay, this all comes out of my pocket, not like every other podcaster in the world. All right, I pay for this shit on my own because the information is relevant. The results of the information matter to me, and I ask very simply that you quote unquote pay the fee. And what that means is that if I deliver a good show, if DJ delivers a good show, if the guys edit and produce a great show, that you support us, and you support us by getting the word out about the show. We talk about uncomfortable topics. We talk about what's going on in the world. We get shadow banned. We get traffic censored. That is a common thing for us on literally every single episode except Q&AF. So we need you guys to share the show. So if we give you value, if we make you think, if we make you laugh, if it's an important message, if it's something that you think needs to be heard, please do your part and share the show. It matters a lot to us and the growth of the show and getting the message out there. So don't be a hoe.
Share the show.
All right.
What's going on, man?
Nothing, man.
Yeah, coming off a good weekend.
Yeah.
Had a nice little kickback.
Yeah.
That's what they call that nowadays.
Oh, really?
And it's called a kickback. It's not like a party.
Oh, really?
But it's
Who calls it that?
A few people.
Is that the new term?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, right.
Joe, is that
Kickbacks.
accurate? Have you ever, was that a kickback or was that a get together or was that a party?
Well, I mean, you guys might call that.
Was that a hangout? What the fuck was it? Is it get together? That's what I think it was too.
Yeah, that's what you guys would call it.
Who we guys? I don't know what you're saying. That sounds racist. That sounds racist. What do you mean? What do you mean, you guys?
We call it a kick. No, it's a kickback, man. Because you're
No,
like,
what do you mean, you
chilling,
guys?
You're sitting, you're
You
kicking.
think I'm going to
back.
let you talk around that?
What's that?
What do you mean by you guys?
Who guys?
Yeah.
No, it was cool, man.
Yeah.
Got to support Macy Barber.
Bro, what a beast.
Dude, she's dominant, man.
Dude. Listen,
There was
man,
a few good
What's
fights.
crazy
Hers
is
my favorite.
what's crazy about her is she's so nice and so sweet and such a cool, like, so cool. And like, she's just a fucking animal when that ring closes, dude. That was awesome.
It was fucking great.
Bro,
watch.
she punches like Mike Tyson, dude.
The shoulder punches.
Yeah.
That's what got me.
Dude, it was awesome.
I've never seen anybody get f***ing shoulder punched. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, we
She
learned.
did.
Yeah. Her opponent definitely learned.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Cool
That was cool.
weekend. That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
right
good.
back to the work.
Yep.
Right back to the work,
Yep.
man.
Got to bring the people the information.
Yeah, got to give it to him.
Yep.
So let's give it to him. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. You know, we like to bring you guys the truth, give you guys the real truth of what's really going on. I think that's important for this day and age. We got a lot of that going on. But first, I wanted to kind of just visit something here, because you know we like the First Amendment, right? We like freedom of speech. It's important. And we'd like to talk about when that gets trampled on and gets attacked. And
You mean like every time we post one of these episodes?
exactly, yeah, exactly.
You know,
Basically.
it's interesting how our Q&A F episodes go to hundreds of thousands
Pretty
of views.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then these videos, like literally, I was looking at one that got like 22,000. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. And then you go look at the
baby good, sometimes
Yeah.
baby sheep.
you go look at the audio download numbers, and they're all consistent.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, let's dive into this. So this was, I think this was like last week or something like that.
And they fucking begged us to come on this platform for real. Oh, hey, we'll get you guys on here. You need to be doing this. We promise we won't mess with you. We promise we won't.
Straight
Really?
to jail.
Yeah.
Straight to jail. That's what they did.
Maybe you should tell your blue hair fucking censorship squad over there to get with the program that y'all promised us. There's a little miscommunication happening.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're
Anyway,
yeah.
what we got?
But yeah, so I think this was like last week or something like that. Letitia James up in New York, right? The AG.
Mhm.
So she went to a FDNY like meeting. And
Okay.
and she got booed. Bad.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Cool. Well, there's been an update in the story. So this is how it reads. FDNY turns up heat on firefighters who cheered Trump, booed Letitia James with scolding internal letter. The FDNY is now trying to punish these firefighters who were booing at Letitia James. So let's dive into this a little bit. So FDNY brass is turning up the heat on pro-Trump firefighters, which was the entire fucking building, by the way. Who showered.
And that's most firefighters and most
Most
police.
first responders.
Yeah.
But they're turning up the heat on firefighters who showered State Attorney General Letitia James with booze at the raucous promotion ceremony. A memo obtained by the Post reveals. The memo, handed out at the Big Apple firehouses Sunday, warns firefighters that department investigators are reviewing video footage of the event in Brooklyn last week to ID those behind the, quote, grossly inappropriate conduct, and caution them to keep their politics at home. Quote, when you're not on duty, feel however you want about politics, the document said. Quote, vote, protest, that's your right. But don't do it on the job's time, on other members' time, or on their family's time. Do it on your own time. The memo also reinforced that the department's Bureau of Investigations and Trials was going after the offenders, echoing an email by Chief of Department John Hodges on Saturday. Firefighters, quote, should understand that BITS is gathering video and identifying members that brought discredit to the department, the Sunday memo said. Quote, we want the members to come forward. They will come to HQ to be educated on why their behavior is unacceptable. The memo also said the department's reputation with the ceremony's host has also been damaged, and added that we, quote, we may lose that venue now. The controversy stems from a department ceremony Thursday at the Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn, where the crowd, including the families of captains, battalion chiefs, and civilians up for promotion, erupted in loud jeers as James walked to the podium. Now, when it was happening, James was quoted saying a couple of things. She said, "Oh, come on. We're in a house of God. First, simmer down. Thank you for getting it out of your system." Just being a total bitch bag, essentially. It is what it is.
That's par for the course.
But so they're getting some heat, right? And I don't know how deep that investigation is going to be. The good news out of this, though, is that the president of the Uniformed Firefighters Association, while he called the outburst disappointing, but he said that the union's going to be standing behind all of their members and anybody that gets any type of disciplinary action. So that's good. Even a New York council member also joined in on this. She said this is she's one of the she's a city politician. She thinks that the FDNY brass is out of line. She said, quote, "Everyone should be entitled to their First Amendment rights, city worker or not." City Councilwoman Joanne Arola, who chairs the Committee on Fire and Emergency Management, said Sunday. She said, quote, "I applaud the quick action of the UFOA on this matter," Arola said. They did exactly what a union should do. They put the word out, and they are providing representation to anyone who needs it. Kudos to them for stepping up to the plate and defending their members. Andy, what we got on this?
I mean, look, man, you can't have a double standard. Can't have a double standard when it comes to, what's allowed and what's not allowed. Like,
right.
if they're cheering for Joe Biden and
that would have been fine.
Yeah, right. Or if they're booing Trump, they wouldn't have said anything.
Right.
And
they probably would have got extra promotions.
Yeah, this is just listen, here's the reality. These leftists have gotten their way for so long, and they have censored and stepped on and pushed and prodded and intimidated people for so long that people are tired of it. And they are speaking up. They are tired of the fuckery. They are tired of being lied to. They are tired of being gaslit. They are tired of being made to feel stupid. And they're making it known. And the people in control are not used to that. Mm-hmm. So they're very upset about it. They don't like it. But it is a result of their actions. And these people are justified in their gripes. And it's consistent across any demographic. We have different demographics starting to come together, starting to realize what's going on. They're understanding that it's not just politics as usual, that there's actually a more sinister plan here. They're understanding that one side, and by the way, I think both sides lie, but one side is completely lying about everything. And they recognize it. And when they come out here and they try to wrongfully prosecute people, or they try to go up on the stage at the press briefings and say the economy is the best it's ever been, when these firefighters are trying to make their bills connect and they understand that that's not happening, and they understand because they talk to the guy to the left of them and the guy to the right of them, and they say, "Hey, this isn't working." They're starting to realize it's them doing it and they're being gaslit. And these people in charge are not used to that. They're used to getting their way. And so what we're seeing is people starting to try to flex their intimidation muscles to make up for the fact that they're losing the population. They're losing. Yeah. And they're not able to create the false impression that they have because Twitter is now owned by Elon Musk, who's not censoring. And TikTok has completely woken up. So TikTok in 2020 was all pro-Biden shit. If you go on TikTok now, and by the way, this is why they want to ban it. Mm-hmm. They don't want to ban it because it's actually affiliated with China. In fact, they haven't been able to present any information that shows that that's actually the truth. They want to ban TikTok because all the young people on TikTok are converting over to Trump.
And they can't stop it.
That's right. And all the black people and all the white people and all the Asian people and all the people are starting to put differences aside and realize that we have been played. The realization of the messaging that we've had on this show is starting to materialize in reality, and they can't control it. And these people are used to control. That's their game. Their game isn't let's produce the best result for the people. Their game isn't let's do the best we can. Let's earn the respect of the people. Let's earn their admiration. That's not the game they're playing. The game they're playing is you're going to do what we say or fuck you. And we'll get you fired and we'll ruin your life and we'll embarrass you publicly and we'll do whatever we have to if you don't like the gruel that we're serving you. And that's where we're at. So this is just another example of that. And had this happened 4 years ago, the union wouldn't have backed those people. And there wouldn't have been, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
It's changing.
I mean, I see that. We talk about this a lot, but the two groups of people that really have to come together and understand that they're not enemies is white and black Americans. And it's really, really cool to see that happening. It's happening right now. And people, there's still people that are hesitant and there's still people that have their complaints. And yes, there's legitimate gripes. And we all understand that, right? There's different cultures, but people are starting to realize, and this is the great thing about going through hardships, is that when you go through hardships together, you start to realize what the actual hardship is truly about, right? And things have gotten hard and things have gotten difficult and people have had to search for answers to the questions they have or alternatives to the thoughts that they may have had before. And so it's nice to see people coming together. It's nice to see people realizing that, black people aren't the enemy, white people aren't the enemy, Asian people aren't the enemy, Latino people aren't the enemy. We're all Americans and we have a rogue group of people inserted into our government system that is making life hard for all of us. And people are figuring that out, and these people don't know what to do.
Yeah. To that point, dude, there is a fucking change that's happening in culture, too. Like, we just had a situation here in Missouri, specifically here in St. Louis, of an issue between some young adults. They got into a fight at a local high school, right? I don't know if you've seen that clip. I did. We can't play it here because it's
very violent.
It's bad, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm sure everybody has seen this clip going around. This is a local high school. This is 25 minutes from here.
Yeah.
And it's fucking
in Hazelwood.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. It was really, really sad to see. It's sad to watch. And so, I went to the Voice of the People page on Instagram, and I think almost biasly, maybe, I don't know, I was expecting the same knee-jerk reaction that we were typically seeing 3 years ago, right?
Which was what?
Lack of accountability. Oh, no, she's fine. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
That's what I was expecting.
That's not what it was.
But that's not what we got.
Hold on. I'm just going to say what it is. Black culture has protected their own for so long, and they deny the reality that they have criminals in their culture because they are black.
Right.
And that's damaging their own culture and their own reputation and allowing for crime in their own neighborhoods to prosper, which they're all feeling now.
Mm-hmm.
And so people are tired of that.
Right.
Right?
No,
dude,
that's what I'm saying. Lack of accountability.
There's shitbags in every culture, bro.
Right.
There's shitty white people. There's shitty black people. There's shitty Asian people. There's shitty Latino people.
Shitty women.
There's just shitty people everywhere.
Right.
And that doesn't make an entire group bad.
Right.
And so what's happened, in my opinion, over the course of many, many, many decades is that black people feel like they are targeted with racial profiling or racial discrimination. And in some cases that has happened. Let's be real. That has happened, okay, which creates a situation where black culture thinks that all the people are innocent and
therefore we have to protect all of us.
Yeah,
no
dude.
matter what the charge is.
And dude, I think the culture's starting to realize that's not helping. That's hurting.
100%.
And so it is nice. I saw Voice of the People too talking about it. And usually when you go on there, it's very much so, oh, dude, that white girl deserved it, or that's what I was
expecting to see.
Yeah,
that's not what we got. I mean, instead you got a lot of people calling it out for what it is. That no, this was very much attempted murder. Charge her as an adult. This was attempted murder. I mean, like it goes on and on.
Yeah.
And
well, they're correct.
And they're not wrong.
Yeah.
And so like it's cool to see. And like there were still a couple of people that were like, like address the home. You know what I'm saying? Why was she so angry? Why is she so violent?
Well,
and that's valid.
That's valid.
Okay with that.
But that doesn't excuse criminal
behavior.
behavior.
Excuse what she did.
Yeah.
And so I mean, and just an update. I mean, like I said, I followed this. The girl who did this. She has been arrested. She has been charged. I think they got her on a couple of counts of assault. And she's 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you know, whether she gets charged as an adult or, you know, as a juvenile, that's up to the courts to decide, man. But
well, I can agree with that. Address the home. I can agree with that. But we can't look at that after the crime is. That's right.
Exactly.
If someone kills someone, they're a criminal. They go to jail or whatever is required. If someone commits a crime, it doesn't matter if they're white or black. They committed the crime.
Right.
And we have to get back to judging the individual, not the entire race. Mm-hmm. And our disconnect in society, which people are starting to realize, that's what I'm talking about. They're starting to realize that it's manipulation. Mm. They're starting to realize that, oh, this identity politics, this is bullshit, right? Because black culture is being disproportionately affected by the criminals in their community because there has been no accountability for so long.
Right.
There's been excuses made for people like George Floyd. Right? He's a criminal. He's this. They burnt down cities for the guy. The guy died of a fucking fentanyl overdose. And the guys that fucking arrested him are rotting in prison. The one guy almost died because he was stabbed around it. So, like, those things that happen, people are starting to realize that this is not good. Right. We have to have arrests. We have to have accountability. And we have to stop painting with a broad brush and saying, oh, it's cops. Oh, it's black people. Oh, it's white people. No, dude. There's bad cops. There's bad black people. There's bad white people. There's good white people. There's good cops. There's good black people. And the good outweigh the bad. So the good people got to come together and be like, this doesn't have anything to do with skin color. Yeah. This has to do with people doing crime.
And fuck those people.
Yeah.
Right.
And dude, we're getting closer to that.
We're getting very, very close.
It's cool, man.
And one thing, too, on the comment, even like the, you know, address the home thing, again, like, you address the home before the crime. You can't, you know, there can't be a wrong that's committed and like, oh, well, let's address the home now. Like, no, that should have been addressed. Like,
that's right.
And in the hopes of that will prevent the crimes from happening.
I mean, look, dude, Jeffrey Dahmer, white dude, killed a bunch of people, ate them, was totally fucked up. And then you watch the documentary and you can see why he was fucked up.
Right.
All right. But that doesn't change the fact that he killed people.
Still did some shit.
Yeah, and ate them and like that doesn't make it okay.
Right.
And that's where we've gotten to in this victim culture in society. We've gotten so pro-victim and so anti-accountability that we are excusing bad behavior for something that happened 20 years ago. You know, we see these people today that can't control themselves emotionally, or they act like assholes, or they're fucking dicks, or they do all this shit, and then they turn around and they say, well, I had childhood trauma. I don't give a that you should have dealt with it then if that's what it caused here, right? If it caused you to go
aware of that now,
that's what
all of a sudden.
That's what, bro. We know it's bullshit.
we know it is.
And I think this leads into a bigger discussion about how victim culture is losing favor in reality, dude. We're starting to see like I saw a couple really cool videos, dude, because we have to be reasonable in our assessments. And there's a lot of unreasonable assessments. And by the way, we predicted this many, many years ago, that the pendulum was going to swing to the right so hard that they would start painting a broad brush on the left. And dude, that's not okay either. We have to be honest about this. So I saw some cool videos this weekend where I saw a couple, because dude, I don't have a problem. If you want to be a trans person, I don't care. Just don't fuck with the kids. Don't jam it down everybody's throat. Don't force us to go along with a lie. Like men can get pregnant and shit. We're not playing that. So I saw this video of this dude who was a trans person, okay, dressed up as a woman. He's this big fat dude. And he's like, dude, it's a dude dressed up as a woman. That's what the it is.
That's what they do.
Okay?
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
It's somebody in a costume, all right, pretending. And this person's got a big old fat beer belly. And he's like, this is legit. He's like in the mirror and he's like, well, I took a pregnancy test because I knew something wasn't right. And it came back. And then like the video cuts in and it's this trans dude with like those 10-inch long acrylic fingernails, bro, being like, dude, I'm so sick of these people making us all look like this. Like, it's okay to be trans. It's okay to be this. But that is bullshit. And the reason that we get so much heat and so much hate is because of shit like this. And he's fucking right.
Yeah.
Okay? Because the narrative is being forced so hard that if you don't accept it, you're a bigot or you're a racist or you're anti-trans or you're trans. No, I am a person who understands reality, and you are mad that I will not accept your lie or your version of reality, which isn't true. Dudes cannot get pregnant. Your manufactured vagina does not have the capacity to have children. You sticking tomato paste up your fake vagina doesn't mean you're having a period. Like these are ridiculous things. This is what they do. They stick
they
frozen.
Don't do that, bro.
Bullshit,
bro. They should.
They do absolutely do that.
Tomato paste,
frozen tomato paste in their fake vagina, and then go buy tampons and pretend they're having a period. That is real shit, huh? Of course, that's a mental disorder. But dude, we have people so afraid to call it out that it doesn't get called out. And then we get people in the comments that want to out virtue each other and be like, oh my God, that's like, they like play up. Dude, you're validating someone's mental illness.
That is so wrong.
I know, but my whole point here is that even trans people are tired of it.
I'm starting to see it.
And then like I saw another video. Linda posted these actually. This is where I saw it. Wake Up with Linda, which I'm a big fan of. She posted another one where there was this trans guy who was like, I'm so tired of white cis women, blah, blah, blah. And then this other trans person comes in, these are Stitch, and comes into the video and is like, hey, dude, you know what? We're all tired of you guys finding every single thing to be a victim about. Like, let's just go live our lives. And dude, I love that because we're getting back to what America's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, hey man, as long as you're not hurting anybody, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right? As long as you're not being a shitbag, cool. As long as you're not killing people, cool. If you want to wear women's clothes and that's how you want to go through life, you need to understand people are going to look at you weird. But at the end of the day, you're not getting killed. People aren't cutting your heads off like when you go to the Middle East, which, a lot. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
But dude, we can see where this can go if the gay community doesn't continue to stand up and the trans community stand up against this crazy shit.
Right.
Because there are pedophiles in that movement. There are mentally ill people in that movement. And these narratives that they are trying to push that are untrue are making the entire backlash come on everybody.
Very dangerous.
Yes. Yeah. And dude, this is how people end up in these situations of genocide or like really bad shit.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see people getting back to reality. It's cool to see victim culture finally starting to die out. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a lot of people on the internet, start to realize that therapy as a whole is predatory, and they're starting to realize like there's no identity in coming into a situation and saying I had it so hard and then just telling that story over and over and over again. All of these things are starting to correct themselves because society is coming back to an understanding of common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have to be a voice for common sense and be able to tell the truth, yes, but also not paint the accountability brush so wide that it traps all. Everybody wants this criminal shit gone, bro. Everybody wants this life to be normal. People are realizing that this division and this negativity and this over-politicization of everything is affecting everybody in a negative way. It's sucking the lifeblood out of it. Yes. It's exhausting for me. It's exhausting for you. It's exhausting for everybody. And everybody's seeing it. And we all crave a country that represents what America's supposed to represent, which is a lot of different cultures coming together to solve major problems and work together, learn from each other, celebrate the good parts of the cultures. Maybe the things we don't understand, we let them do, and the things that hurt people, we fucking stop. And nobody's going to have it all the way their way when we talk about a free society. That's part of freedom that a lot of people don't understand. Mm-hmm. Freedom isn't one way, it's freedom. And when you want a free society, there are going to be things in society that you do not accept for your way of life, but that's okay because you get to live your way and they can live their way. And then there are things that are above the line in terms of importance, like grown men dressing up as women parading around in a protected class such as LGBTQ and getting access to children. That's a problem.
Yeah.
So those things like that have to stop. We have to stop allowing these trans men who are dressed up as women to become teachers and school counselors and giving them access to kids. That makes no sense. If you went back to 2005 and you said, hey, guess what? Are we going to put that 300-pound dude with the wig on and the makeup on
who thinks he's pregnant
as a counselor for our kids' school? Is that a good idea? Everybody's gonna be like, are you fucking crazy?
Exactly.
But because they've turned the social abuse up so high and people are so scared, they won't speak out against it.
I think you should be head of counselor.
Dude, look how accepting I am.
Yeah.
Look how tolerant I am.
Virtuous here.
Yeah. And dude, that's the way the propaganda was supposed to work.
Yeah.
And it's no longer working. So that's a great sign. I think we're moving in the right direction.
It's good shit to see, man. With that being said, man, let's get into our first headline. Headline number one. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like it. This is good.
Shit, 30 minutes in, finally getting to it, huh?
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
All right.
A little foreplay.
That's a lot of foreplay.
Well, that's about average, right?
Is it? I thought it was like 1 minute.
Headline number one. Headline number one reads, Biden, I regret using illegal for undocumented person suspected in Riley case. So this is an interesting little development. So during a portion of an interview with MSNBC set to air on Saturday's broadcast of The Saturday Show, President Joe Biden stated that he regrets using the word illegal to describe the undocumented person who is the suspected killer of Laken Riley. Here is the video clip, okay? Because there's some interesting context here. Here's a clip.
MSNBC's own Jonathan Capehart just sat down with President Biden for an exclusive interview. Here's a snippet. Let's take a listen.
I noticed the look of surprise on your face when you walked into the chamber and you saw Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. It was priceless. You feigned shock at seeing her. But during your response to her heckling of you, you used the word illegal when talking about the man who allegedly killed Laken Riley.
An undocumented person. And I shouldn't have used illegal. It's undocumented. And look, when I spoke about the difference between Trump and me, one of the things I talked about on the border was that the way he talks about vermin, the way he talks about these people polluting the blood. I talked about what I'm not going to do, what I won't do. I'm not going to treat any of these people with disrespect. Look, they built the country. The reason our economy is growing. We have to control the border and more orderly flow, but I don't share his view at all.
So you regret using that word?
Yes.
Okay, again, this interview.
Now, that's interesting, okay? That's very, very interesting. And even the Speaker Johnson got on this topic. He chastised this. Johnson chastises Biden for regret on calling Laken Riley murder suspect illegal. What an embarrassment. His total quote said, quote, the president is cowering to his base and showing deference to a man who deserves none. This man is an illegal immigrant who brutally murdered Laken Riley. President Biden should be apologizing to Laken's family. What an embarrassment, he wrote in a tweet on Twitter. Now, here's the interesting thing. Now, you go to the White House, and, guess what they say? Oh, he didn't apologize. It wasn't a mistake. That's their stance. The official quote says, quote, there was no apology anywhere in that conversation, Principal Deputy Press Secretary Olivia Dalton told reporters aboard Air Force One. He did not apologize. He used a different word. Oh, man. Yeah, so ICE, they confirmed that Ibarra, the illegal immigrant, illegally crossed the border near El Paso. If you do something illegal, it makes you illegal. Right?
Well, you're not here legally.
Right. So if you're not legal, then you would be, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Listen, dude, 100%. This is woke bullshit.
Bro.
Everybody's tired of this shit, dude.
Everybody's over it. But I wanted to ask you, so we got that stuff. Obviously, it's fucked up, right? But I wanted to talk to you because Biden just released this new budget plan. Okay, and I wanted to get your talks on it. This is an entrepreneur show at the base of it. Entrepreneurs' whole goal is to become wealthy, get rich, make a lot of money, make some impact and change in the world. And Biden's, of course, this administration, this Marxist installation we have here in this country is jeopardizing that again. So this headline reads, Biden releases $7.3 trillion budget, including $850 billion for defense and $11.8 billion for the border. President unveils sweeping plan for 2025 with $5 trillion in tax hikes for billionaires and corporations over 10 years. So out of that 5.7,
I put the country out of business.
I mean, out of that 7.3 trillion,
yeah,
billionaires are supposed to be forking over 5 trillion of that.
Yeah. Listen,
how does this work?
It doesn't, but it works for them because that's their plan. Their plan is to close all small and medium-sized businesses to create a situation where all middle-class employees are now lumped into universal basic income by default because there are not enough jobs. And the jobs that remain will be replaced by AI and technology and will be exclusively held by the biggest brands in the world.
Which is what they're currently pushing.
That's what their plan is.
Right.
So when you look at what they're trying to accomplish, that plan will accomplish their goals. So will it work for who? Mm-hmm. Will it work for them, what they want, which is a communist state? Or will it work for America and the people of America and the small business of America? So this is basically a admittance of them trying to put your cousin and your uncles and your family and your favorite restaurant and your favorite small business or medium-sized business completely out of business and make it impossible for them to operate. That is their goal. And then they want their big friends, at BlackRock and all the big brands, PepsiCo, fucking, the big conglomerates of the world to own the entire world. That's the play. And they're all in on it. And you guys are getting, not you guys listening, but American people are getting lumped into they're getting baited with oh, dude, you're not going to have to work. You're not going to have to do anything and you're going to get paid. But what you don't realize is that the pay that you receive will not allow you to survive at any sort of standard of which you want or are accustomed to. So, when they're talking about eating bugs, what do you think the government food's going to be? Do you think the government food's going to be steak and chicken and lobster and all these things? Or do you think it's going to be fake meat? Do you think it's going to be cricket burgers? Do you think it's going to be, cricket hot dogs and the cheapest shit in the world? That's what they want for you.
Change.
Yes, that's what they want for you. And because people cannot pay attention and understand the bigger scale, they get caught up in these identity issues, or they get caught up in Trump's tweets, or they get caught up in, all these below the line arguments when the entire globe is being stolen from people who have built everything. And when Biden says they built the country, that's a complete insult to all of you who have worked your entire lives. No, we built the fucking country, and the people that came before us built the country. And while they might have been immigrants, they came here the proper way. My family came through Ellis Island. That's how they came here. It's in the documents. My man here, who works here hard as fuck every day, he came through the exact same process. Okay? So we like immigrants here. We understand, yes, immigrants did build the country, but not those fucking immigrants. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's a lie. And him sitting there saying that is them trying to protect themselves from what they plan to do, which is
those illegal
what
immigrants.
They plan to do is to get those people to vote for Joe Biden in this election. There will be massive efforts this year to get those people to vote in the election, okay, for Joe Biden. That is their plan. That's what they're trying to do. And, they're afraid that when he says illegal, that turns off all the voters, regardless of the fact that this piece of shit killed an actual American citizen who is rightfully here, who was a young girl with her whole life ahead of her. And this guy's too busy pandering to a bunch of fucks that shouldn't even be here. So it should piss everybody off that he's like this. And that these people are like this. Yeah. These people do not care about you. When I told you 2 years ago that they will move them into your house, and then when those people kick you out of your house, they will let the migrants have their house. Did you see that 177 Democrats voted against a new law that said if an illegal immigrant commits a crime in this country, the argument was, if an illegal immigrant commits a crime in this country, they will be deported immediately. It passed, but 177 Democrats voted against it. So what they're voting for is total immunity for any of these people that come here. They're able to live in your house. They're able to take your shit. They're able to kill your kids. They're able to do whatever, rape your women, and there's no accountability for them whatsoever. Those 177 people are telling on themselves. Those are the people who are in on the plan. They understand that that these people are coming here for a purpose, and that purpose is to replace you, and you being anyone who's not going along with their plan. That's what we're dealing with. That's what's happening. And any other argument about this is nonsense. Yeah. Okay? They bring these people in. They understand that the black communities are waking up and they're not going to vote for their bullshit anymore as a whole. Are there some, stragglers? Yeah, right. For sure. All right? But they understand they've lost the black community. So what's their result? Their result is, let's import a new black community, a quote unquote black community, that will vote for us because we're favoring them so much. This is the same play. It's the same play they've been running on the black communities for 40 years, except the black communities have woken up now. All right? So now they found a new community that they're not going to hold accountable for anything, and they're going to promise them everything, and they're going to give them everything, and they're not going to give them shit. And those people are going to disrupt our cities, create shithole environments for everybody who already lives here. And these people want that because that's their only way to stay in power. So this is an exact example of what we talk about over and over and over again, where these people are way more concerned about just hanging on to their power than they are serving any of us. So go look at those 177 names. And instead of blowing them up about TikTok, maybe you should be blowing them up about the illegal immigrants that are fucking up your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. That's real shit, man. It's real shit. Guys, jump in on this conversation down in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. That being said, let's go ahead over to one. Andy, you had a question come in through the comments, and I wanted to give you the opportunity to address it. Okay. This comment comes from @Connor Gagnon 1050. I guess he says, has anyone ever asked what that coin is in the bottom left corner of Andy's desk? I basically don't miss a minute of any episode, and I've never heard what that's all about. What you talking about, Andy?
All right. I don't even know if I should say this. So in the Q&AF episodes, and really every episode.
Yeah, just about.
Okay, yeah. I have to make a decision. And my decision is very simple. Am I going to be a nice, polite, semi-articulate person and answer the question in a way that most of you would seem and deem to be respectful? Or am I going to annihilate you off the fucking planet? And so what this coin is a little coin that we flip before the shows. And on one side it says mercy. Okay? And if it comes up mercy, then I'm nice on the show. If it comes up no mercy, then I annihilate you off the fucking face of the earth with the answers that I give. So it's just a little direction on what, up to chance about what we're going to do with the show. And the last few shows, it's come up with mercy.
Yeah, it's been good.
So I'm trying to be a little more reasonable. If it comes up as no mercy, that's where you get the unhinged rants that the internet seems to love so much.
Yeah, the fate of your hearts and souls are in the coin.
Yeah. What's that guy's name in Batman? Two-Face? Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. I like it. That's a dope ass coin too. Where'd you get it?
One of the guys here gave it to me.
Got it.
Yeah, here at HQ. So, no mercy and mercy.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go, Connor. Yeah. Connor Gagnon.
Look, dude. Here's the truth. I mean, this is the truth. Sometimes I get tired of being angry. Sometimes I get tired of being pissed off. Sometimes I get tired of the stupid fucking questions y'all ask. If I'm just being honest, some of you guys don't ask real questions. You want to be coddled. You want to be told that everything's going to be okay, and it's not going to be okay because shit ain't okay unless you make it okay. So I have to decide how hard I want to go on everybody, and that coin helps direct me.
Have you ever had it show mercy and you still went no mercy, or vice versa?
Listen, it's about woosah, right? It's about control. It's about maturity.
Right. We're growing.
Yeah, that's right.
We're growers here, guys.
Look, dude, sometimes I'm like, man, the show would be way more popular if I just kind of chilled out just a little bit. And then I'm like, nah, I wouldn't. And dude, you know, like when you ask questions, you got to understand, you don't know what you're going to get. Because I don't do you any favors by giving you some half bullshit, man. Mm-hmm. A lot of you guys totally, and this is specifically towards Q&AF episodes, a lot of you guys totally are out of the alignment. Like you're not even in the same universe with what it actually takes versus what you think it takes. And it gets irritating for me as someone who's 25 years in business, who's pretty much given everything. And I see you guys hit me up and you're like, I want this lifestyle, but you don't want to do none of the shit that it takes. And you try to figure out a way to hack around it. Then you watch all these dumbasses on the internet talk about how easy it is. And you can't put together that the only reason it seems easy to them is because they're lying to you. And I just get tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I go real hard on people and I shouldn't. Sometimes I don't go hard enough. So now I just leave it up to chance. Yeah.
I love it, man. Well, guys, we appreciate you guys for being real ass fans. Keep liking, keep commenting. Make sure you guys subscribe on that tube, and onward with the show.
Yeah.
All right, headline number 2. Again, we like to address the truth. We like to tell you guys what the actual truth is as we see it. Headline number 2 reads, gang leader named Barbecue is now most powerful man in Haiti. U.S. evacuates Americans. Now, there was some interesting stuff coming out about this. And
well, why do they call him Barbecue?
Well, so that's what I'm trying. That's the thing here. So there was a video going around of a guy allegedly engaging in cannibalism. Okay, there were people in fire pits, and you know, I'm sure
he was eating them.
He was eating them. All right.
Which, by the way, is not super uncommon in desperate situations.
Right. So that video was circulating and going around. Now, there is a gang leader in Haiti who runs a gang. I believe the name of the gang, let me see here. Where is it at? G9 and Family. That's the name of the gang. Okay. And his real name is Jimmy Cherizier? Sure. And he's the leader of
Jimmy C.
Yeah, Jimmy C. Jimmy Crack Corn.
Yeah.
And he's the leader of this gang. And his nickname is Barbecue. Now, this video that was going around, they were using it saying, oh, look what they're doing down in Haiti. Now, little relay a fact check here, okay? That video is actually 2 years old. Uh-huh. And that was from a completely different situation that didn't involve Jimmy C. at all.
So what you're saying is somebody ate someone.
Somebody absolutely ate somebody.
But it wasn't Barbecue.
Okay,
so
right.
We got a misappropriation here.
Exactly.
Cultural misappropriation.
It's fucked up.
I'm not a cannibal.
Now, listen, I don't know if motherfuckers eat people or not, but that was not him. And the video's a little old. But there is some shit going on in Haiti right now, man. They're having some struggles right now. So their most notorious gang leader, known as Barbecue, may be the most powerful man in the nation, as the prime minister remains unable to return home. On Sunday, the U.S. announced that troops had evacuated Americans from the U.S. Embassy, and additional forces were brought in to secure the diplomatic compound at Port-au-Prince. So Jimmy C., he's the leader of it. He's in command of the bulk of the gunmen stirring anarchy in the capital. He vowed to fight until embattled Prime Minister Ariel Henry resigns. Quote, I am ready to make an alliance with the devil, ready to sleep in the same bed as the devil, Jimmy C. told his supporters last week as his fighters destroyed police stations and other government facilities. Now, some claim that the rifle-wielding 47-year-old mobster's nickname comes from his penchant for setting his victims on fire, though he says it's an old moniker his mother gave him as a boy. He likened himself to Martin Luther King Jr. during an
when I set my first person on fire.
He said he likened himself to Martin Luther King Jr. during an interview with the New Yorker last year and was previously a member of the Haitian National Police until he was expelled in 2018 for burning burning stuff down. So yeah, there's that. You know, but so this is your guy here. This is barbecue.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, he may or may not like fires. You know, I don't know. But that was not him in the video eating people in that video. That one time. So
Not this time.
Right. You know, but yeah, I mean, so Haiti's going through some stuff, man. Anything on this?
What's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I said, I don't know. I just know there was a lot of bullshit, as all of these things happen, right? Like when these things come up and you get people that jump quickly or too quickly on these conversations and these topics, you know, like there's not enough time for the shit to actually develop and know what's real versus what's not real. So my first thing is like everybody just slow the fuck down, right? Because you don't want to be out there saying dumb stuff or stuff that's not true. You know, but I think this also leads to another thing too, man. Haiti has a history of corrupt politicians that steal from the country. You know, there's plenty of resources in Haiti to use and work for. They could be exporting a ton of stuff, but they have these politicians that get in that are corrupted and steal from the people and steal from the government. And yeah, I mean, what I see is people just being fucking tired of it.
That's how I read it too, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they're tired of it. And,
Yeah.
and like, I mean,
there is a signal being sent that mainstream media is making these people look like cannibals and savages.
right. Why would they be doing
Well,
that?
I don't trust anything. At this point, I think we should all be able to recognize that there is a good chance if the mainstream media picks it up and goes hard with it, that the opposite is what is actually true.
Mm-hmm.
And we do a lot of work in Haiti. Sal, Aaron, Kyle McClellan, Will, my guys here, they've started a charity many years ago called 30 for the Kids. And they go on mission trips to Haiti to help build structures,
Infrastructure,
and, you know, churches and schools. And,
Yep.
you know, we built
A
lot of stuff down there.
Yep.
And if you go there, you know, it is a very, very poor place. It is unimaginably poor compared to what anybody listening to the show could possibly experience. People don't have clothes. They walk around with a shirt on, no pants,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's real poverty, like the
Right.
bottom level poverty. And anytime you have that level of poverty, there's probably going to be some cannibalism. That's the truth, because people are starving there. But if you go down there, from what I've heard, I have not been there myself, and you ask the people what happened, what's going on in Haiti, you know who they say? It was the Clintons. So everybody down there knows who's created the situation that exists in Haiti. And if you trace it back, it comes down to Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton's, the Clinton Foundation, going down there and basically fucking up their entire country.
Shit.
And so what's happening here, in my opinion, is the same thing that you're saying. It's citizens who are tired of being completely broke, who are tired of being completely oppressed, who are starving, who are tired of a corrupt government system, and they are saying, fuck this. And the fact that the media is villainizing them, that's the same way they villainize people on the domestic terror list, quote, in quotes here. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're putting every patriotic American on the domestic terror list. Well, these are those people, right? That's who these people are. These are people who are tired of their oppressive government, who are now being villainized by the world-class media, because the world-class media backs the people who are profiting from this, not the actual citizens.
Right.
That's my read on it. No, and by the way, knowing very little.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you guys in the comments, or you guys may know more than me.
Haiti.
You listen.
Experts.
You may know more than us.
Yeah.
That's just my read on the situation.
For sure. I think it's interesting too. So the prime minister fled the country, and then his plane, I guess, landed in the DR, in the Dominican Republic. Yeah. And now you got the president of the DR saying, like, no, we need you out, bro.
Did you see?
Because they border each other, right?
Did you see El Salvador's president say that they
Still
can fix the
going to
problem?
fix it? Yeah.
He's like, dude, I can fix the problem, but I need your permission, and I need you to cover the bills. We'll come in and fix it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But the problem is you're going to come in and, you know, crush the citizens, or are you going to come in and restore an actual government?
Right.
Because they haven't had one in so long, bro.
So long.
Yeah.
Man. So long.
I mean, dude, look, this is if you want a good idea of and this is really hard to believe for people, because like they right now we're still pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if you want a good idea of the direction of where the United States is headed, this is an extreme example of that direction.
Yeah.
Where a small amount of people who are very corrupt and very, very greedy will control every single aspect of the lives of the people of this country, and everybody else will be third world poor. And they have this idea that sounds really good to people. They try to sell it to them. Oh, you won't have to work anymore. Those people don't have to work either. How's their lives look?
Right.
This is what you'll get when you buy their shit and buy their messaging and start to believe what they're telling you. This is what we end up with. We end up with an uncivilized society of chaos where a very small amount of people own all the wealth and everybody else is dirt poor. And that's what they're trying to do. When you look at Biden's plan for 2025, they're just trying to accelerate that globalist agenda, the 2030 agenda of you will own nothing and you'll be happy. They mean that. And yeah, the people who have nothing are like, well, I don't own anything now, so fuck yeah, take their shit too. And they think that's a good thing, except it will bring the quality of life down so far that the people who have nothing here are still wealthy compared to people of all different places across the world. And they've lost that perspective. So, and they sell it. What the funny thing is, they sell it to them like it sounds like such a great thing. I'll never have to work. I'll never have to do anything. I'll get, they think like, oh, I'll get my Uber Eats. Bro, there ain't gonna be no fucking Uber Eats. There ain't gonna be no restaurants.
No DoorDash.
Yeah, like you don't like people just don't understand how far this is gonna go if they remain in power. And they totally plan to third worldize all of these countries that are part of the globalist agenda, basically part of NATO, and then create a one world government of very powerful elites who control every single resource in the world.
Yeah, and I want to switch gears here a little bit. We talk about the culture changing and shit changing, and I saw this headline. I'm like, damn, okay, so Haiti's got crime going on is what they're trying to call it, and we know we have crime here in America as well. But here's a change of pace for you. This is coming straight out of left field from Politico. This headline reads: Big blue cities are embracing conservative anti-crime measures. Here's why. Here's a hint: because it fucking works.
It's not even conservative anti-crime.
It's common sense.
Yes. This gets back to this thing where anybody who's not on narrative is far right. That's part of their play, language manipulation.
Right.
Like, I get called that all the time. Oh, you fucking far right podcast. What the are you talking about, dude? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So because I don't want to dangle my dick in front of kids, I'm far right?
Yeah, right, exactly. Or because I want criminals to go to jail, that's a conservative ideal.
Right.
That's total nonsense.
Right. Well, I mean, and so by the looks of it, San Francisco, Washington, New York City, they're all, and let me these are local level municipalities, local level government leadership. They're all changing now.
Yeah.
San Francisco's liberal voters, they just endorsed drug screenings for welfare recipients. Washington's progressive city council passed a crime package Tuesday that will keep more people in jail while awaiting trial. And New York's governor on Wednesday ordered hundreds of National Guard troops to deploy inside the city's troubled subway system. These are massive, like Democrat-led, liberal-led, and happen to be the same liberals who in 2020 were the ones to put in all of these things. They're now removing them.
Okay. Hold on, though. 3/4 of the cops have quit. So who's going to be the new cops?
Who's enforcing this shit?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Who did they just put in all of these places?
Right.
At mass numbers.
Right. Oh, shit, man. Ooh.
That's what people aren't realizing.
The damage is done.
They're going to create a situation where these illegals become police officers and military members, and they do not have any loyalty to this country because they are not from this country, and they will enforce any law directed down the pipe to them. So this is actually, while it
so you're
sounds
saying like
good,
these longer jail sentences while awaiting trial, that's going to be for the good law-abiding citizen.
it's potentially,
the laws are going to be put in place already.
People aren't thinking it all the way through.
Fuck, man.
So there has to be a big voice that comes out collectively against illegal immigrants being police officers, against illegal immigrants getting into our military, and that has to be rejected at the highest level and capacity of the people.
Jeez.
So, this is the next thing, bro. They're going to say, they're already saying it. There's some Democrat senators and Congress people saying it. You know, we're not hitting our recruitment numbers. All right, well, we could offer these people citizenship for them to come in the military.
Fast track it.
Listen, that cannot be allowed. That cannot be allowed. This country, we will lose this country if that happens. You will be at the end of one of those rifles at some point in time.
Yeah. Guys, jump in on this conversation down in the comments. Let us know what you guys think about any of this. Let us know down in the comments. With that being said, let's move on over to headline number 3. Headline number 3 reads, I've been removed. Banned. Trans golfer Hailey Davidson responds to Women's Pro Tour. Bro, the shit's changing. Culture's changing. People are over it. People are over it. And I know I think we actually talked about this dude on the show before who joined.
We did.
Well, he's now been banned from competing.
Good.
It's great. Let's dive into this a little bit. So transgender golfer Hailey Davidson is speaking out after the NXXT Pro Women's Tour ruled that all participants need to be, quote, female at birth to compete. The rule change excludes...
Hold on. To be female to compete. Not female at birth. We're going to correct the language here every single fucking time. You're not female. Not at birth and not now.
Just say female.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
The rules are great the way they are.
Right.
It's real simple.
We don't need to change the rules.
No. And female at birth is still bending the knee to their language game.
Yeah, see, I saw it as just...
You're not female. You're pretending to be a female.
Right.
This is not hate. These are facts. You are a man dressed up as a woman. And even if you have surgery and you remove your dick and balls and you create a cavernous area between your legs, that is not a vagina.
No.
Okay? So it does not give birth. You do not menstruate. You cannot get pregnant. You are still have all the benefits of growing up to be an adult man, meaning you're bigger, you're faster, you're stronger in general if you're athletic. And you have no business calling yourself a woman. Now, can I accept a man that wants to live his life as a woman who doesn't bother anyone, who isn't inserting themselves into pro sports or amateur sports or saying they're trans age when they're 50 years old and competing with girls at the swimming pool? Yes, I can accept regular, normal men who decide that they want to live that way. Now, are those my kind of people that I'm going to hang out with? Probably not. But we're not trying to leave those people alone. Let them do their thing. If they leave everybody else alone, and if you can't go through life demanding that everybody play this imaginary game that isn't true. You know why there's so much quote unquote transphobia? Because you expect people to violate their own reality, what they know to be true in order to accommodate you. Right. You are bullying everybody else. It's not everybody else bullying you. You are bullying everybody to accept something that is not true, that they know isn't true. And every single time as an individual that you lie when you know something isn't true, you diminish part of your own confidence, part of your own self-esteem, part of your own identity, part of your own trust in yourself, your respect for yourself. So what they're asking is not an innocent ask. It is actually very damaging to one's own mental health. Since the mental health is such a focus here, it's actually damaging to the people who are expected to go along with something that they know not to be true. So if we want to talk about who the real bully is the fucking 0.04% of people that are out there costing people their jobs and their reputation and calling them transphobic when they're very simply identifying something that a 3-year-old child can identify. Dad is dressed up as a woman. If that's how you want to live, cool. But don't force it on people. Don't fuck with kids. Live your own life the way you want to live it. And for the most part, people are going to leave you alone.
Yeah, that's how it works. So he went to Instagram to talk about it. He says, this was his post. He says, quote, effective immediately, I have been removed, banned from the next 3 NXXT tournaments that I already signed up for and been approved to play, Davidson wrote. Quote, they changed their policy mid-season after me signing up already and being second in the Player of the Year race. Davidson became the face of the trans issue in golf after winning the NXXT Women's Classic in January. The backlash that accompanied that victory was felt by the leadership of the NXXT, who initially attempted to defend their decision to include Davidson. So this is Davidson.
That's very clearly a fucking dude. What?
I mean, yeah.
What? Do you not?
No, it is.
Is that a pretty dude, DJ? No. Is that what you're trying to say? Are you confused?
Hey, listen, it don't matter how many beers deep I'm in. That is a man.
Now, that might be a lie for you.
What do you mean? And by a lot, I mean two.
No. All right, beer's fine, but I seen you on that monkey shoulder.
Hey, monkey shoulder might. Yeah,
that might be questionable.
You said your name is Hailey?
Listen, man, you don't belong in the sport.
Hey, man.
You belong competing with men. No different than the swimmer up there that won two national titles or whatever that person won.
And see, if the thing is, okay, it doesn't. If it's not making you better, then why not compete as a man? Go take second place.
Because they're not competitive.
Because you can't fucking do it.
Yeah, because you're not competitive.
Compete with men.
Yeah, that's right.
So you want to fucking change some shit and cut some stuff off and then go compete
not
with
even
women.
cut some stuff off. These people, a lot of these people aren't even. They're not post-op.
You're telling me you think there's something still under that dress?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Like, bro, these. Listen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm laughing at?
The face? Or
no comment. I'm not making a comment about that picture.
About which one?
Nothing.
This
you know
one?
what I'm laughing at.
Oh, I know exactly what you're laughing
Yeah.
at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work, guys.
Oh,
that's topic for Q&A.
That's a different
Why
one.
you don't build
Make
your company
bad
around
decisions.
woke ideology.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Good luck.
work.
Good luck all the woke companies trying to like navigate into the culture now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember like 4 years ago when I told everybody
Pro-America.
pro-freedom, that's where it's going. That's what people are going to support. And now you're seeing all the woke companies try and undo the shit they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that. I'm just glad I called it way ahead of time. You know what else I'm glad? I'm glad I've been that since day one.
Ain't changed.
Yeah.
Ain't changed. So the statement from the CEO, Stuart McKinnon, this is their statement. It says, quote, "The NXXT Women's Pro Tours policies, especially concerning gender, have been formulated in alignment with those of the LPGA and USGA. This approach is crucial in maintaining the integrity of our partnership with the LPGA and ensuring a fair and consistent competitive environment," the statement said. Quote, "When Hailey Davidson joined the tour, she complied with these policies by providing necessary documentation, including validation from the LPGA and USGA, which also facilitated her participation in the 2022 Q School. NXXT polled members to get their opinions on Davidson being included in competitions. On Friday, the NXXT announced its new policy." So this appeared to be an actual Democratic situation here, where they actually let them. What do you guys decide? And from all appearances, they stood by the women who said no. Quote, "As we navigate through the evolving landscape."
So what they're
sports,
saying here is that the women,
yeah,
the actual women,
the real
said,
females,
kick that dude out.
Yeah, they said no dicks.
No shit.
Yep.
So, dude, the reason this happens, the whole reason that this has happened is because the abuse that I'm talking about, the mob mentality, and we saw this with Me Too, we saw this with Black Square, we saw it with trans stuff. People are fucking terrified to speak up because of the abuse that has come with it traditionally for the last 10 years or so, since the internet really started getting worked into people's lives. And I saw this video of these two girls being interviewed. You know how like there's like those I can't remember where I saw it, but I just saw it today, where like someone walks up and they say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" Well, this guy walks up to these two girls and he says, "How many genders are there?" And the girl goes, "Well, I think there's two." And before she could say any more, her friend goes, No. Don't say that on camera. Don't say that on camera. And the girl goes, "No, well, I think there's two because they're going from one to the other." Or whatever. And the girl goes, No. Listen, it doesn't matter. People can be whatever they want to be. Like her friend's like correcting her. But dude, see, there's
on camera.
Yes, they caught it. But the point is that people are so afraid to speak out because of the bullying that comes with it. All right? And these 0.04% of the population have bullied people to the point where they're afraid to call out the truth. And this is what happened with that situation with the dude in the pool that won the national title, right? It's happened in all kinds of different sports. We're seeing it in little kids' sports now, where trans boys are in girls sports just wrecking the girls, right? Hurting them in hockey, hurting them in volleyball, hurting them in all the sports.
Basketball.
Yeah, dude. Like, this is insane. And if you're a parent that has a girl and the other team has a trans fucking girl or whatever, like a boy dressed up as a girl, you shouldn't play the game. The whole team should just not do it. Like, that has to happen. And what's happening now is the narrative is changing to where people are more comfortable speaking up. The culture isn't changing. The comfortability is changing. People aren't intimidated. They've always thought this. They've always known it was wrong. Everybody knows that that's a man. Everybody knows that men at athletic levels are more capable than most women. Okay? We all know this to be true. But yet, it's worked its way into society because of the fear of the repercussions that these people have created, the woke culture. And it's not necessarily just these trans people that have done it. It's basically basic white bitches. Okay? That's basically who's done it. And they fall for every single fucking narrative. They're pro fucking everything. You know, it's like this with them all the time, bro. It's Me Too. It's Black Square. It's I hate Trump. It's feminism. It's, you know, I stand with this. I stand with that. I stand with Ukraine. I stand with trans people. These people are so lacking of any real thought or any critical thinking, and they're so insecure and don't want to be rejected that they become the offense and the enforcers for these movements. Yeah. And all of these women who spoke up, do you not think that 10 years ago they knew that a man shouldn't compete with women?
Right.
Do you not think they knew that 5 years ago? Do you not think they knew that 2 weeks ago? They've known it the whole time, but they've been bullied by people to be quiet because if they speak out, they lose their endorsements, they lose their credibility. And really, dude, what we should be doing is sponsoring those people. We should be celebrating those people for being brave. We should be giving them the endorsements for standing for what's right, not just going along quietly. So, yes, the culture is changing, but the culture was always where it is now. It's just people were afraid to fucking say it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it was always tied to the idea of like anonymity. Like, I'll say what I truly feel as long as it's not on camera, as long as you don't quote my name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. Yeah, of course there's only two genders.
But bro,
put a camera there, or, you know, you got to say it publicly. It's like, oh, no, we can't say that.
But see, that's not okay. Yeah. That's how these things happen. You know, that's how we got caught up in COVID. That's how, you know, like, look how COVID unfolded, bro. Mm-hmm. You know, if you didn't wear a mask, you were killing everybody. If you use ivermectin, you were a dumbass.
You're a horse.
You were a horse. You're not a horse, silly. Coming from our own fucking 3-letter agencies on their Instagrams, making fun of people who actually had figured out that there was effective therapeutics. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the amount of pressure, and a lot of this has been created by fake bots. Over half of the internet is bots at this point in time. Mm-hmm. I just saw a report on this. So that means that these people that you're arguing with on the internet, there's a likelihood that some of them aren't even real, right? These are just agitators. Like when you post something and someone posts some rude shit, fucking block them, dude. Mm-hmm. Don't engage those people. We don't even know if those are real people. Those could be paid agitators. Fuck those people. Or let the mob of your own community handle it. But the point is, these people have used technology to intimidate and push narrative and force things and make it appear to be popular when in reality, everybody on the street's like, bro, I'm not with this shit. But they won't say it online or they won't say it in public because they're afraid they're going to get canceled, which there's plenty of examples of. Yeah. So now that people are starting to lose the fear of cancel culture and they're saying, you know what, fuck it, I don't care, do whatever you want to me. Now these people have no more power. None. And that's incredible. And dude, here's something else. I'll take that a step further. There's a lot of these people up in Washington, D.C. that don't realize that cancel culture isn't working the way that it worked for them before. And there's a lot of people on the internet that haven't realized that cancel culture isn't on their side anymore. And they're still thinking that they can bully and they can do this and they can do that. And they're getting their asses beat. You know,
when they try it
on the internet.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah,
100%. Guys,
blowing up in their face.
Yeah. Guys, jump in on this conversation down in the comments. Let us know what you guys think about Hailey Davidson. Let us know. That being said,
what's his name, Henry? Yeah, yeah.
I
mean, what do you think, dude?
No, listen, hey, the girls told him, man, he only had one hole. They can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
Bro, that's some good shit. That's some good shit.
Listen, we all know the truth. We all know that men shouldn't be competing with women in sports.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that grown men dressed as women does not make them a woman.
That's not right.
We all know that cutting off your penis and creating a vagina doesn't make you able to give birth.
Right.
We all know that taking chemicals so you can lactate into a baby's mouth as a man is wrong. We all know that having grown men go into schools dressed up as women and shake their dicks in front of little kids is wrong. But nobody wants to say it because every single person that stood up for the last 10 years against it has gotten destroyed, and that's over. Mm-hmm. So the real thing that needs to stop happening here is these people need to stop trying to impose their will into a society that's not going to accept it, because they're not going to be accepted that way. Mm-hmm. Yes, go live your life. Yes, be happy. Yes, do whatever you want. Leave the kids alone. Leave sports alone. Stop trying to push your shit on us. Stop trying to impose your will on us. Stop trying to get us to lie to everybody else and ourselves. And you wonder why people don't accept you. They don't accept you. Would you accept someone that came to your house, dude, and said, the sky's green?
No.
And no, hold on. The sky's green. What are you going to say?
Get the fuck out.
No. You're going to say what? What the f- are you talking about?
Yeah.
Sky's blue. No, the sky is green. The sky is green. And if you don't think it's green, then you're a piece of shit.
You're racist.
And I'm going to get you fired. And I'm going to get you fucked up. And I'm going to ruin your life if you don't say that it's green. That's what these people fail to understand that they're doing to people. And, you know, when you think about where the resentment is coming from and how far it's going to go, it's going to be determined by these people's awareness of how hard they're pushing on people, because the harder they push, the more backlash they're going to have. And the backlash is just getting started if they don't stop. That's the reality, and it's not safe for them. Like, they talk a lot about being safe. I don't feel safe. You're not going to feel safe, dude, if you go f- people's kids. You're not going to feel safe if you insert yourself into society in a place that everybody knows you shouldn't be. You're not going to feel safe if you go into women's bathrooms. You're not going to feel safe in these scenarios. That's reality, because everybody else knows that you're fucking wrong.
It is what it is. Guys, let's get to our final segment of the show. As always, we have thumbs up or thumbs. This is where we bring a headline up, we talk about it, and we get one of those two options. And listen, St. Louis has been getting some bad rap, especially with the situation we talked about earlier. So I wanted to bring some positivity from the St. Louis area, from the Lou, and we're proud. This thumbs up or dumb as fuck headline reads, watch, this is amazing. St. Louis neighbors praise 14-year-old's popular barbecue stand. So a 14-year-old high school freshman in St. Louis, Missouri is showing others that dreams are within reach with hard work and determination. Jamari Craig loves to barbecue. Therefore, he started his own business feeding neighbors on the streets in the northern part of town, and the community loves it. Fox 2 News reported Saturday. Here's the clip.
Tonight, the story of an amazing 14-year-old who starts his barbecue business on the streets of North St. Louis with big dreams of going a lot higher. But it's a story about a lot more than just a barbecue stand. Rather, it's a story of hope and determination against the odds. You can find Jamari Craig's just 14 years old across the street from O'Fallon Park in North St. Louis. He's joined by his mom and grandmother and other relatives, all supporting his barbecue business. While other kids his age may be playing, he's about serious business.
This is actually a fundraiser so I can give me a food truck. And I've been barbecuing since I was 6. I'm just trying to get out here and try and make as much money as I can. I want to give me a food truck now. By the time I graduate, I can look at getting a restaurant.
He's just a freshman in a city high school who enjoys wrestling in some of his spare time, and he has a brother and sister. His passion, though, is here and has been this way for a very long time. He's certainly off to a good start, considering the long lines of people here to buy from his many offerings. He's been thinking about this a long time. What gave you the idea for this?
Just watching my papa grill. You know, we used to sell plates out here a lot. I had family members that own food trucks that barbecued. Just something that I wanted to do.
I talked to his mother, who has a good reason to be proud. So what do you think about what your son is doing?
I'm proud and it's ecstatic because this is something he done did since he was 5. He's been barbecuing anything you could think of. He's always wanted to barbecue. My dad passed away in 2022. He raised all the money for that. He went to the Junior Olympics last year. He raised all the money for that, and everything he did was with barbecuing.
Those in line agree this is more than just a mere barbecue stand. What do you think about this, Jeff?
This is amazing, amazing. Coming from a 14-year-old kid, man, we hear a lot of negativity about the things that our young men and the youth are doing. This warms my heart today.
It's a kind of a positive image, right?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because, people see me out here, they see I'm only 14. That could inspire somebody else that's probably 14 to try and do something like this. And maybe they could do good like me.
I think it's a good bet that he's going to inspire some other people. Now, his shop is set up across from O'Fallon Park. It's on West Florissant and Athlon Avenue. He is open from 12 to 5 on Saturday and 1 to 5 on Sunday. And I tried the food, and it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I saw this. I'm like, that's fucking
That's
pretty
badass.
Cool. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Bro, listen, man. This is the kind. Look, the guy who said you hear a lot of negativity about the youth. Yeah, that's because there is a lot of negativity around the youth, and we do need people who are going to set up and set a different example.
Yep.
And I commend this young man for not only just going after his dreams, but also understanding that he is setting an example. Like, how many grown adults do we talk to that have no idea at 35, 40 years old that other people are paying attention to what they're doing?
Right.
This guy's figured it out at 14. So I think it's amazing. I think this is what it's about. It's badass. And I wish him the best, man. And it looks like he's well on his way to creating whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. Doing good. I might go grab a plate.
Bro, did you see that the ribs and the pasta he had?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That shit looked pretty
got
good.
Some lasagna out there, a little muscatoli.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get him in here on the show, man.
That's the interview a real businessman.
Yeah, no shit.
Get an entrepreneur on here.
Hey, this is a hell of a lot more real than a lot of these motherfuckers on the Instagram.
That's real shit.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Yeah, just don't start selling barbecue courses, Jamar.
Tomorrow there'll be a whole new thing of barbecue courses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, good shit, man.
This is amazing.
Thumbs up, 100%,
Yeah, absolutely,
man. Well, guys, Andy, that's all I got.
All right, guys, don't be a hoe.
Share the show.